So I was just thinking, same thing. It's no offense. I mean, people just have to get their feelings out of any conversation that they about to have or any points that we about to make on this platform. It's always been that way. It's always gonna be facts over your feelings. But I just feel like even when we talking about China, I'm pretty sure if you go to China, it's gonna be hard for you to find some soul food joint. It's gonna be hard for you to find. You know what I'm saying? It most likely you're gonna turn to eating like they do. What's that saying? Eat like the whatever the group will be do. Okay, so eat like the Italians do, or eat like the something whatever. I just would feel like again, most of the things that's based in that land, this is what they have been, doing and eating and consuming for a very long time, and it might be hard for if we even talking about Chinatown. Okay, you probably ain't gonna find that many other businesses in Chinatown. Now, I would like to visit a Chinatown in America. They probably got one in California, New York, or something. But I'm pretty sure most of the people in there that's selling things and products is Chinese. Now, there might be different people coming there to buy things, but that's just what I would feel like it would be. When you go to Mexico, I'm pretty sure it ain't nobody like really, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that many places or restaurants you're gonna be able to go to. They probably get some pork chops and some fucking macaroni and cheese and some mashed potatoes. It's not gonna if it is, it's not gonna be a popular thing. And that's a big ass country. That's a big ass land. So I just don't realize and I can't figure out. You have so much pride about it, but is this a facade? Is this flattery? If we talk about America, is this who owns this motherfucker? Because it don't seem like Americans do. I'm pretty sure as well. Now, other countries that make other country, because I look at Africa as a country, a place where there's country among inside of a country. So I'm talking about like rural areas. I always have a hard time with that word, where they do things culturally. That's the thing about culture. Somebody that grandma is the one with the herbs, or she know how to do this with the planktons or something like this. I don't know. And then what happens? Or she's the one that cooked the food or something like this on Saturday, whatever it would be. And then another girl come along and they figure out what she might about to be good at doing in the village. I just That's how you keep that alive. So outsiders, probably even from another country within Africa, it might be a little different for them to come into another country in Africa and abide by or something like this. Or they might have cultural things where, again, when you over there, you got to do what they do. So don't even be trying to be funny or nothing like this. I know we do it over here, but while you there, you they guest, and you have to, what I'm saying, you have to be accustomed to how they work. So I could see that respectable, and you might be able to learn something from each other. But I just feel like it's just strange now. You know, I never thought nobody would let their guard down when we talk about this so-called border wall. I just didn't never think no shit like that. That's just how I grew up. I don't know. Maybe they could have been keeping me because of they knew that I would be someone that be a to raise some questions and suspicions or something. So maybe that's why they kept somebody docile or under spell work or something for so long. Because again, if you think about Americans, we know about American U.S. history or something like this, but even when it comes to, again, so-called Black Indians, we lost a lot of that cultural stuff. And people do the research and do the history and they go back, but they still end up picking up customs that's all mixed and mingled. You're never going to be able to get back to that authenticity of how it was or how the people were at that time. So I don't know what it look like. So I don't. There's something back there in that window. Well, why did I even come over here? I tried calling you, didn't I? No, you didn't.
She did call you.
When? Right now? Anyways, so I just wonder what kind of is this like some kind of mental is this some type of manipulation, on a higher level here when it comes to what we could look forward to the future and who Americans will be answering to in the future since Joe Biden said it will be Mexicans. Now, I told you yesterday that I have no problem with nothing like this. I would actually like to go there. Okay, they might try to trap me down there if I do by now, but I'm just wondering. I just don't know. I feel like this is some kind of, and for you to talk about it or talk against it or bring up some kind of suspicion, like, wait a minute now, it just seems like Americans are not being treated fairly, or it seems like Americans are struggling. Other people are coming up in here and they getting like a come up or something, and then you a bad child, or you know what I'm saying, you're a rebellious spirit, or you're a far left or a far right or whatever the fuck it is when you start speaking these things, and I just don't understand it because initially that's what it's going to be. Initially, at the end of the day, there's not just these particular energies or these secret societies that we concerned about that's in the Americas, and then you have to say, well, damn, have it been these particular people from these other nations or other countries that been doing it all along? It'll be other energies here that don't have the same views and opinions. They just happy to be in America, and again, that's good. They might look at some Americans and say, y'all not happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? These people are happy to come here and work and create some kind of something or whatever, and it's better for the economy. But again, you lose in the fabrics of society. Well, I don't like to use the word society. I'm trying to look for one of what we stand for here in America, or what we thought we had for so long. That means that you have to say, well, why is it that people, is it just the president, or again, do we have a lot of other people working in type of position of power that maybe don't hold the same values and maybe look at some people in low class America as a problem, or oh, they live in America and they ain't got their shit together, that's a shame. But like I told you, the problems and things that we end up having, and there's no excuse now because I feel like things are changing even for us, right? It's just, I don't know, I just think differently now. I do. Because I've seen changes in people's energy as to opposed to certain things now. I'm very, like, with churches and stuff like this. I'm very, I really don't deal with the church, but I'm very traditional as to Baptist or something like this. I don't want to be dealing with no other kind of church and no shit like that. That's just my opinion. I feel like um a lot of what we picking up on too is you could be okay when you cool with somebody or in somebody's energy like this, or you're looking at oh, the culture or something like this, and you, but once somebody feel like you standing strong on your own, or you America and that's just it, and you ain't letting nobody just run and steamroll over you, then again I feel like this is when that root work. This is when motherfuckers bring out shit from home on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And start using shit that us Americans don't even know how to fight back. Some of us, you know what I'm saying? You could pray to God or something like this, but I'm just saying you don't know how to fight back. That don't always work when it comes to these spiritual attacks. They can still affect you. They may not be able to kill you. If you got a connection with God, they may not be able to do these other things, but they can still affect you in some type of nature now, some way, shape, or form. And I feel like we're noticing this. And I keep on going back to that video about, I don't have nothing to do with witches, but because I feel like they're good, could be good and bad, but it goes back to the craft. And a lot of us don't even know where to start. You don't even know. People think it's fake. People think that shit ain't real, and I feel like it really is. But then again, there's a level to this that just look like discrimination, look like people chastising and watching you and mocking you and picking apart things instead of giving some type of solutions or finding out a solution. Like, what the hell is you in my business? Why is you monitoring me? You making me feel like a stranger in my own fucking home. Why is these people have this why do these people have this access to our private information, or why are they able to use their gifts to target or even watch or stalk regular everyday people without your permission, without your knowledge? And why? What the fuck do you want to see over here? What do you want to see? What do you want to hear over here? That's strange to me. That don't even seem like, in America we feel like we got rights, and we feel like we got a right to our fucking privacy. So who came up with that shit? It's almost like they letting people from other places or other cultural lines study what the fuck we doing over here, so they could just slaughter the rest of you motherfucking Americans that's supposed to hold some type of weight or have some type of assets or something that you could probably get your hands on and start building. Okay? It's almost like people is looking for clothes now. It's looking like people is looking for coverings here. It looks like this is not a witch hunt. This is American, hunt. Shit don't sound right to me. Rather, this is just somebody tearing you down for positions or tearing you down from certain things. Again, some of the shit we do can be affecting us, but at the same time, I feel like this is a social credit system. It's called social for a reason, and a system for a reason. And once we get out the big dogs and the tech and shit like this, it's going to be really hard. And we okay with some of this shit. If we think it's funny when it's happening to somebody else, it's a little bit hard to not be able to do that anymore. And then they're gonna pick whose information will be public and whose information will be private. And it might be your private home that they make public. There's also a way when people say don't share your ideas. A lot of these bitches know that you don't have the privacy no more. So you might be in your home coming up with ideas. You might be writing shit in your journal, and somebody else can see what you're seeing through your retina or the iris energy. Okay? And they could be taking the ideas right out of your fucking head. They can take the ideas right off your notepads. It's like we just sitting resources or something like this that people could just come up and fuel up on, instead of you being honored or cherished for what you have to offer. Which again, everybody, just like when I think about, a lot of people feel kind of way about sharing stories, or the kind of oracle I may be with me tying in things. But again, like I said, I find myself in the word. I can't help if nobody else can. So tying in these things, it also kind of like shares a story, and I feel like that could irritate some people. Maybe people want to just view the cards, but this God put me together the way He put me together to tell the story the way that I would tell it. There's a million other people that somebody could go to if they don't like the way I do what I do on my platform. But I'm pretty sure there's unique challenges and themes and ideas and structure and different things like this that I have that makes what I'm doing unique. And nobody should be able to come up and say that they don't like the way it sounds or it look or make them look, because really, you know what I'm saying? We don't. When it comes to public figures, I might use names. When it comes to random people that I ain't talked to in 10 or 20 years, I might use names. When it comes to open enemies that may be getting close, I might use names or drop a name or two, or just let you know, oh, my cousin, that's this Scorpio or something like this. But again, like I said, if I'm talking about a situation and I don't say something you think is you, then again, why you getting mad? And so it's funny because I feel like somebody, this Watson energy, might have took down a couple of their videos today, but it would be already assured that this person is watching what I'm saying and picking up the lingo. While they complaining and saying that somebody, I don't watch nobody but what you put out publicly. I don't watch shit nobody